everyone, good morning. So it's second day in Oahu and I'm gonna hike Moanalua trails to the Haiku Stairs. So it's gonna take roughly like 9 hours from what I was reading. So it's best to have an early start. So it's like 6:30 a.m. right now. Hazel's gonna drop me off and then she's probably gonna go explore the island herself. She's right there. She's finally ready. I've been awake since 5:30 and she said 10 minutes, but
10 minutes, bitch, I said 10 minutes.
Anyways, she's getting ready to go hook up with someone, so I was just trying to hide that information, but here you go. So yeah, 6:30. The sun rises pretty early here, which is pretty sweet, but it sets, the sun sets pretty early as well. But look at this view.
Here's a map you could get from AllTrails through their website or app. You enter Moanalua Valley Trail as your destination on Google Maps or whatever service you'll be using. It will take you through a neighborhood and end up at a parking lot. There will be signs stating you can't park there if you do the hike. And when I arrived around 7 a.m., there was actually a security guard there. So if you drive, you'll have to park in a neighborhood right outside of the parking lot. One thing I should point out, and the most important information you should know about the trail, are the forks on the road. This one specifically, which I'll get into later on in the video. Also, understanding the elevation changes with the diagram at the bottom. You'll ascend, descend, and then ascend back up again until you reach the radio tower, which is at this point of the map. You'll stop here or go a little further to the bunker, and then you'll have to go back the way you came. I definitely recommend that you don't continue on with the trail, as you'll be trespassing and that $1,000 fine will be waiting for you down there. Right when you pass the parking lot, you'll see this gate with the sign. Just go straight and you'll see the paved road ahead. The first few miles are the easiest, mainly on this paved concrete road, which was relatively flat. You're also surrounded by these beautiful plants providing shade from the sun, but also a reminder that you're immersed in that island atmosphere. I also saw people along the way walking back to the parking lot, which seemed like they were off in their morning stroll. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't mind having my daily jog or morning walk on this either. So after a while you reach a dirt path. It will be muddy depending on if it rained the day before or even earlier that day. So be prepared to make some leaps or even some detours, because you wouldn't want to begin the hike with wet socks. And I high-key recommend bringing extra socks just in case anyways. As mentioned before, the path splits into two a couple times in the beginning, but these are minor as they'll end up joining together again a few feet later. The major split that you should actually be worried about is the shift from the Moanalua Trail to the Ridge Trail, which leads you to the Haiku Stairs.
Alright, so we're an hour in and we hit a fork on the road. Right there, and then there's this one. So from looking at the AllTrails, you're supposed to go straight, so you're supposed to go, let's see, you're supposed to go through the sign, and then you should make a, I believe you're supposed to make a right, but I will right after this, so you're kind of supposed to go through these rocks, because there's supposed to be three. Supposed to go through these rocks. I think there's another trail, or another access actually, so that should be a better way. But so we just passed the fork on the road. I'm definitely like 98% sure I'm going the right way this time, and you're supposed to just start ascending right away. So here we go. I don't know if you guys could tell, but pretty steep, muddy because it was raining yesterday, so I definitely recommend buying like those hiking slip-ons with spikes at the bottom just to get more traction. Yeah, this is definitely the road. The path starts getting narrow, so that's a sign that you're definitely going the right way. But look at these views, man. Gorgeous. So I'm 2 hours in, spectacular view. The sun is showing itself at some portions of the island, but it's still pretty cloudy on this side. So hopefully it clears up. But now I have to hike this badass, but I'll keep it safe. I'll slow down for sure. Very muddy. Luckily there's like tracks that I could see people use before, so peace out. So the sun came out to play. Look at this. Gorgeous. So I have to go right there. I see that top of the ridge, and I'm pretty sure there's more after that, but look how gorgeous this is. All right, yeah, peace out.
A few hours in, a lot of breaks and some crawling and rope climbing, you'll reach the bottom of this steep climb. Before heading up, there were a few people climbing down, so I waited until they finished. They were low to the ground and making sure that each step was secure because sliding down would not be the business. And as mentioned before, the ground was really muddy, so it's important that you take your time and safety is always first. But after this last obstacle, you're finally at the last stretch and you're welcome at the top with this beautiful view.
So we done did it. We made it. Met some friends along the way. There's a radio tower. Heading out to the bunker right over there. Taking the stairs. All right.
To be honest, at this point when I started walking down the stairs, I got a little shaky and worried. It was pretty windy by the time I got there, and I also didn't know how secure the stairs were. I tried to film with one hand while holding the railing with the other, but at that point I was just a mess and I decided to either film or walk, especially since there were some steep sections of the stairs.
Crazy.
And after a few minutes from the radio tower, you reached the bunker, which was another reward within the hike in itself. The space was covered in art with old rusted machinery and plants reclaiming its original space. Then there was also this one window at the edge of the building that was perfectly framing the view of the east side of the island. And after a few more minutes of enjoying the view, I decided to head back.